Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing today? Happy Wednesday. Oh, I usually say happy Cousin Fun Day, but there was sadly no Cousin Fun Day today. Caroline had a bunch of stuff going on, and we were trying to rearrange days, and it just didn't work. So, no Cousin Fun Day this week, which is fine. I had all my errands run and stuff already. So, yeah, somebody actually mentioned on my vlog, they said that they hope that they hold on to my package at the post office, like if I don't go, because I don't go every week to the post office. If I'm with Caroline, I go every week to the post office. The post office holds my packages for 2 weeks. I think they said something about it being returned last time, but the people at the post office know me, so even if I'm not there every 2 weeks, like, they'll say to me, like, this has been back there for a while. Like, they'll hold it for me longer, so I don't know why it would have gotten returned. It shouldn't get returned. They hold on to it. They know, like, I go in there enough that they know who I am. But, yeah, that's the only thing that I needed to do today was go to the post office. But Alex can take me in the next couple days. So, anyway, no Cousin Fun Day today. And then... So, my plan was to film on all of my channels today, and then Alex, he was supposed to have dinner tonight with a friend of his, and then she didn't feel well, so they canceled it, and he had like an all-day meeting, and it got done kind of early, so he texted me, and he was like, I'm on my way home, and it was like 4 o'clock, and I was like, okay, I'm just like halfway through my videos, and I was like, you know what, I think we'll stop here today. So he was on his way home. I filmed my Peterisms video, and then I just stopped after that. So I did get 4 videos done today, though, and my drama video was like 50 minutes long. But anyway, I have to tell you what happened before I came out here that's so funny. But then I came out here, and I got everything set up, pockets full, and my coffee and everything, and I'm sitting here, and all of a sudden I see this Amazon truck pull up, like right next to my neighbor's house. I'm like, let's just sit here for a second, because he parks there and then he like delivers to all the houses. Sure enough, we had a delivery. So I was glad that I waited. So I took the delivery inside, and then I came back out, and he was still out here. And my neighbor was talking to him, and then somebody walked by, and then he was talking to somebody about their dog, and I was just kind of like sitting here like this, just relaxing before the vlog. There's been a lot of relaxing before the vlog. So before I came out here to vlog, I get all my stuff ready. So like in the kitchen, I have like, you know, everything that I need for my vlog, which I'll show you in just a second. My pockets are stuffed full today. But before I come out here to vlog, I like pull the Keurig out, and then like, you know, well, it's on the little, what do you call it? So now the Keurig is on top of this, I can't think of what it's called, the drawers where you keep the K-Pods in it. And so it's too close to the top of the cabinet, so I have to pull it out so that you can open it to put the K-Pod in it. Okay, so anyway, I pull it out, put the creamer and the Splenda and everything in my coffee cup so I can make my coffee. So I get it all ready. I was uploading a video, my drama video, on my phone, and it had like 3 minutes left. So I made my coffee, and I was like, I'll be ready to go outside and vlog in like 5 minutes. So I made my coffee, put on my coat, put on my Ugg boots, stuffed my pockets with everything that I needed. This is why I don't get on social media, okay? I talk a lot about social media, and I talk a lot about it being like really toxic and really negative, which I do believe is true. You know, there's places where I think it's really, like, I think Twitter is super negative. Like, I don't really ever go over there. Every once in a while, if I have to check something or whatever, I go to Twitter, but I just like X, whatever they call it today. I just feel like it's just like, I don't know, people yelling and screaming and fighting. I don't know, I don't love it. You know, and Instagram for me, well, Goodreads, it's just books. So that's just like, there's, you know, whatever. I don't ever really go over to TikTok. To be honest with you, like, TikTok for me is either selling stuff, super funny stuff, or like it's people really mad about stuff. That's kind of what I feel like TikTok is. I don't know, I don't know what it is. I don't really, by the time somebody grabs my attention on TikTok, I'm kind of like, it's over. I like long form content. I don't really know how to explain it any more than that. Like, even when I watch like an Instagram reel, and it's like a clip of somebody's like comedy sketch or something, then I'll like go in and I'll like go into YouTube and be like, do they have like a half an hour set? Like if I like a little skit that they put up on Instagram or whatever, and then I'll watch like a half an hour of them. Actually, that's how I found Meg Stalter before she was on Hacks, was because she was doing these things. It was like this skit that she had done about like loving the gays during Pride Month. It was hilarious. And so I like loved her sense of humor. I think Meg Stalter is genius. And so then I went in. I think that was like the first season, because I was like, she looks familiar to me. I think that was the first season of Hacks. And so then I went in and I started looking at like her stand-up. I just recently went back and watched a bunch of her stand-up. Her stand-up's kind of like you either get it or you don't. And I just like she's either your cup of tea or she's not, and I love her humor. But like if I see something of somebody that's funny, I will like go in and watch their longer stuff. Like who's the guy? I think he's so funny. The other thing it's interesting to me is like I could never do short form content. Like I could never do 2 to 3 minutes. Like, I mean, I have put up some TikToks and Instagram. They just don't fly. Like, you know, I'm a storyteller. So I think that there are some people out there that do very well with like 2 to 3 minutes, but then when you go watch their longer stuff, it doesn't really translate. I'm trying to think of an example. And then there are other people that I think like it translates both. Who's the guy that does the movie reviews? I love his movie reviews. Heartthrob Anderson, Rob Anderson. So he has a YouTube channel. He has Instagrams. He goes on tour and stuff like that. I think he's hilarious. Who's the other guy? He's the other guy, the gay guy that I like. Mateo. Is it Mateo? Is that his name? He is hilarious. And I really like his. But sometimes like when I've watched these, like who's the guy he's from Indiana. He's probably a couple years younger than me. And I saw him on Instagram. I think I followed him for a while, and then his stuff just became real repetitive to me, and I just was like, it's just not funny to me anymore. But anyway, he talks about, he does like a little microphone. He talks about growing up he's like, when I grew up in a fundamental Christian home. Well, I watched some like longer clips of his stand-up, and I was like, it doesn't translate. Like, so it's interesting to, like, I think he's funny. I think he's naturally funny. But he's funny in like short form content. But usually when I see somebody that's like, I was gonna talk about social media. Anyway, usually when I find somebody that I think is like funny or entertaining or I like what they had to say, like if you watch them longer, I don't know, it's just interesting to me. It's interesting to me that people that can do both. Like, I think people that can do both are super talented. Like, I'm fully aware, because, like, so many people are like, Peter, you would be so funny on TikTok, you should do... I'm like, there's no way. Like, by the time I've got to the joke, it's, like, cut off. Like, I mean, look, I was going to talk about social media, and we're almost at 8 minutes. I mean, like, there's no way, you know? Like, a friend of mine years ago... Well, I've been asked to do this a couple times, but like some 12-step meetings, they'll start with like a speaker. Like the meeting's usually a little bit longer, like an hour and a half, most meetings are an hour, but some of these meetings are an hour and a half, and they'll start with a speaker, but the speaker will only speak for 15 minutes. And you're supposed to give a lead about what it was like, what happened, and what it's like now in your life, right? And so this friend of mine, I'll never forget, he asked me, this is like the first time I was ever asked to do this 15-minute lead. He was like, it's just 15 minutes. I was like, oh no, there's no way. I can't do a 15-minute lead. He was like, what do you mean? I go, there's no way. I cannot say what I need to say in 15 minutes. There's no way. I mean, I think like, because he was like saying it to me like, oh, don't worry about it. It's just 15 minutes. Like, no, I need like, because by the time a meeting starts, so they, you know, do all like the chairperson does all this stuff at the beginning and whatever. By the time you get through all that and the announcements that are made and, you know, everybody like gives the reports and all that kind of stuff and the secretary and all that kind of stuff, you're about 15 or 20 minutes into the meeting. So by the time they introduce you to speak, you really only got about 45 minutes to speak. And that even feels short to me. Like, let me tell you my whole life story in 40 to 45 minutes of sobriety. Like, it's hard, you know? Like, I do that every day on my front porch. Anyway, I bought this coat a couple years ago. It was on Black Friday. It was at Abercrombie at the Edinburgh Outlet Mall, and it never fit me. Alex has worn it. It's like a red plaid coat. So I was going to wear it out here today, and I was going to match it with this. And then at the last minute, because I wasn't going to wear this, but it's kind of cold out tonight. It's windy. It's been raining all day long. It's been kind of like a little bit of snow flurries. So I was like, I need something really warm. So I usually walk and put this underneath, like wear long underwear, put this under there, and then I wear a different coat to walk in. But, so anyway, social media. So like, yeah, my Instagram, if you follow me on Instagram, you know, it's like, well, my TV Instagram is like, everything that comes up is all just TV stuff. And so it's literally just all TV shows. And then on my Peter Monn Instagram, like, I follow friends and family, but then I follow, like, rescue dogs, rescue squirrels, like Thumbelina, and then I follow, like, the little illustrators and stuff like that. So the stuff that comes up on my Instagram is like all kind of that. Well, and a lot of stuff that's being sold to me. Facebook is like friends and family, obviously. A lot of people on Facebook, I'm like, I don't even know who these people are. I'm not talking about the people that are suggested. I'm talking about somebody I stood in a bar with in, 2012, and we became instant friends in 5 minutes, and I haven't seen them since. And we're like, oh, we should be Facebook friends. And now I'm like having to see their pictures of their kids 12 years later, and I haven't talked to them except for that one time in 5 minutes. You know what I'm talking about, right? And so like I'm sitting there. Hold on, let me have some of this coffee before it gets too cold. Okay. So my coffee is made in the kitchen. Okay, I have my coat on, my Ugg boots, my pockets are stuffed with all my stuff. I'm waiting for my video to get done uploading for like the last couple minutes. And I'm also uploading a video on the computer. My videos are not posted yet or published or anything. I was like, I'm gonna get my vlog done before all that. We'll do that later. And it's gonna start getting, we're supposed to get like some bad weather tonight, supposedly. Some like rain and ice, and it's supposed to get cold. And it's been really windy all day today. So I was like, I'm gonna get out here and get this vlog started so that I'm not sitting out here at 8 o'clock at night when it's really cold. So anyway, so, what was I saying? Oh, so anyway, I was sitting there. This is why I don't get on social. So I think like a lot of people think I don't love social media because it's toxic. I do think that parts of it are toxic. But the main reason I don't get on social media is because I mean, I know that like YouTube social media, I get that. But the reason why I try not to a lot, especially like when I'm watching TV shows or hanging out with my husband or family or something like that, is because my mind just starts like, I lose it. I just lose like so much time. So I'm literally sitting there at the dining room table, right? The computer, like you're my computer, let's just say, right? And I'm sitting there and my video's uploaded on my phone. So I can, because I wanted my phone to come out here. So I'm like, well, I can come out there now, but I'm like, let me just look through social media stuff really quick just to see if there's anything that I need to know that's going on in the world. So I go to Instagram, nothing. I don't ever go to Twitter, like I said. So I go to Instagram and then I go to Facebook, right? Okay, so Facebook, I start seeing all this, like one of my friends posted pictures of like her and her kids and stuff, like these Christmas pictures. I'm like, oh, this is cute. And then I look and then I'm scrolling down and then all of a sudden I see this post and it's about the new Vanderpump Rules. And it's like Vanderpump Rules season 12 canceled after 2 episodes or something like that. And I'm like, what? So then, because a lot of those things are fake that they post on the Facebook. A lot of Sister Wives stuff is fake. So I go in, and I can't ever tell if it's fake or not, I'm like, oh, David and Christine are getting divorced, and then you read it, and it's like, there's no, and then people are like, fake, 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 in the comment section. So I go to the comment section, and it's always a link to an article, and then you go to the article, and it's like 400 ads, and you can't even get to the article to read what it's about. You know what I'm talking about? So I'm reading the comments, and the comments are pretty legit. They're like, oh, who cares? It's a waste of time. I agree. We watched the first episode. I did a reaction to it. I thought it was bad. So I Google searched it, and it's saying that it's like, the ratings are so bad on it. So then I read this whole article. Then I go back over to the Facebook to see this, because it's called like Vanderpump Rules fans. I don't even follow it, I don't think. It just like came up for me. Then I'm looking to see their other posts, and I'm like literally just like this. This is me like for half an hour. It's right now, it's 5:55, and it was 5:15, and I was going to come out. Well, I think it was 5:15 when I was going to come out. I'm like this. And then Alex is upstairs with the dogs, and I'm like, did I say this already? So, I don't know if I said this already or not. Who's walking down the street? Oh, this guy's like running down the street with a light. So Alex's friend that he was supposed to have dinner with tonight didn't feel well, so they rescheduled to do a lunch like the last week of December or something like that. So he got home real early today. Did I say that already? I think I did, because that's kind of like why I stopped filming early. But anyway, so he was upstairs and he was talking to the dogs, and all of a sudden I was kind of like, that's what happens to me. That's why I don't love to get on social media. Because before I know it, I'm like, what time is it? What happened? I can't do it. I cannot waste my life on social media. That's why. But you guys feel free to waste your life on YouTube. Please do. Please keep on watching my videos now. But like the Facebook, because this is the thing. Like I don't even, I shouldn't say this and people will be like, Peter, we don't care about your videos. But I don't even care about half the things that I look at. I mean, I do kind of care about the Vanderpump Rules being canceled just because we watched the first episode. I don't want to get invested in a show that's going to get canceled. That's my thing. But half the time when it's like, because do you ever do this? Like, you like look at somebody and it's like, how do I know this person? And then you go in. I always look at the mutual friends first because I'm like, that'll kind of tell me. Because mutual friends for me is like, if it's like family, then I know they're through family. If it's like, there's like probably, like if it's like we share 60 friends in common and it's during that period that Alex and I were going out a lot, I know that it's like that going out period. I can tell real quick if somebody's gay because we have 275 friends in common and they're all gay guys. Or it's recovery people. And you can tell by mutual friends. So I'm like, that's how I find real quickly how I know somebody, right? By mutual friends. And then sometimes it kind of clicks for me. I'm like, oh, I think, like, I'll look at, I mean, honey, we're getting old, okay? So some of these people that I knew a long time ago, I mean, I knew them before Facebook even existed. And then you look at their picture and you're like, I don't think I know this person. And then you're like, scroll through their pictures. Do you ever do this? And then you scroll through their pictures and you see a picture of them from like 20 years ago, you know, when they have like the bangs and the Aquanet and all that kind of stuff. And you're like, oh my God, what is she doing? And then you're like, where is she at today? And then you're looking at her about section and you're like, oh, she works where? Oh my God, I wonder if she knows my friend that worked there. Then you look up that friend and mutual friends and you're like, oh my God, they know each other. What a weird connection. And then you're like, what is she doing now? And you're looking at all these different pictures and all this kind of stuff. And you've lost an hour of your life over somebody you haven't even seen in 25 years. That's why I cannot get on the Facebook. No, true story. That's not even toxic. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just like I lose time. Like honey, I have got too many, I keep on saying honey the lamb, so now honey comes out all the time. Honey, I have too many Advent calendar books to read. It's taking me 3 to 4 hours a night to read those damn books. I want to finish The Leftovers. I want to watch that P. Diddy documentary. I got another true crime documentary that I want to watch. I got Christmas movies. I want to watch that TV series called The Mistletoe Murders. There's 2 seasons out. I got shows to watch. I got too much to be doing, wasting an hour of my life on the Facebook. Okay? True story. I do. So let's get into so that's what happened before I came out here. This vlog would have been almost done by now. I'd have been sitting inside at this point if I had just stopped wasting so much. This is why I can't waste no time on the Facebook. It's stupid. And I still don't understand. I said to Alex last night, okay, let's look at this real quick. Okay, so when you look at the phone now and you hit it, I know I have the moon or the earth or the moon. The earth is my screensaver. Am I the only person? I don't care to have a screensaver of anybody, my dogs or Alex or anything like that. But do you see the new clock? I said to Alex, I said, here, let's let it fade out for a second. Okay, when the clock comes to light, it like kind of slowly comes up and it's like, it's watch. And I said, does your clock look like that now? And he goes, yeah. I go, why did we need a new clock? I don't know, it's part of the update. I go, yeah, but then when you look at the buttons on here, he goes, what are the buttons? And I go, well, the apps, the buttons. And then, you know, like I have some of them together, like I got all my TV channels together. Here I have all of my health things together right here. My Fitness Pal and all that kind of stuff. But now they have like this glimmer around them. It looks like metallic. And he goes, yeah, that's part of the update. I go, but why did we need that? He goes, what do you mean? I go, well, if I was going to fix something on the iPhone, like I'd make it faster, you know, or I don't know. There's things I would fix. Like maybe you didn't, like maybe they have a tutorial on the cloud or something. Like, why do we need that? He goes, what do you mean? I go, why do we need it to look metallic? Like, who is sitting in a room thinking, we need to do I thought updates were like fix bugs. I don't even know what a bug is on your phone. What is a bug? I thought a bug was like when somebody hacked your phone or something like that. Do you know what I mean? Or you had too many tabs open. I don't know what a bug is. Is a bug like a virus? I thought a bug was like a virus on your phone. And your phone just effed anyway at that point. What's a bug? So I don't understand this stuff. No, truly, I don't. Don't call me Truly Brown. I don't get this stuff. And I don't understand the person. Like, I'm really trying to legit think about something that pisses me off about the iPhone. Let me think about this for a second. Okay. Okay, for example, like, when I open tabs, this is so dumb. Where are my glasses? Oh, did I bring everything but reading glasses out here? Okay. When I go into my Google, this is a complaint of mine. Now, who is sitting around in a room and they are saying, we need it to look metallic, but let's make their search engines more difficult for them, okay? Like, I understand that technology is aimed for 25-year-olds that already understand this stuff, but if they were smart about this stuff, they would really aim technology updates at like 50 and 60-year-olds, okay? Because we're the ones that don't get it. So if you make it complicated for us, we're just going to stop buying it, is what's going to happen, okay? Or stop using it. So, here, let me get back in my phone again. Okay, so for example, if I go into my Google, like right here, I was looking at Vanderpump Rules canceled, okay? Now, I could like, just with a, I know when I say this, people are going to be like, Peter, it's really not that difficult. Well, it took me a good half an hour to figure it out. Now you got to go down to this button at the bottom, okay? And you got to hit that button, and then you got to, now it says, share, add to bookmark. It was so easy before, okay? Now you got to open all tabs. Then it shows all your tabs here, okay? Of which I close them out every day because I like cleanliness. I close them out every time I go into the Google because I like cleanliness. Okay, so here was some stuff I was looking at for my drama video. So now what you got to do is, okay, you got to, okay, look up all tabs. So you got all their tabs up in there, right? Okay, then you got to close each tab out. Then you got just your favorites, okay, which I have like 2. And then, oh, the Love Pet Project. I love them so much. I love them so much. I got, look, all of my favorites are dog rescues. They are. Anyway, okay. So then you got to go in here, and then you got to hit these 3 dots again. And then you go to bookmarks. And then under bookmarks, y'all probably don't care about cleaning out your history and stuff like that. I do it all the time. Alex always laughs at me. He's like, why do you do that? I close my tabs out. Like, I do this, the slide thing. What's that called? I just like to open it to it. Like, every day I do that on my computer too. Like, videos that I don't put on like my like, you know, external drive, like I just delete off my computer. And then the next morning when I wake up, the first thing I do is empty my trash can. I just like it clean. I like everything clean. Alex is like, you don't need to do that. I go, well, I know I don't need to do that, but I like to do it. So I close out all my tabs. Okay, now you got to go in here. And now it says on here, like, Vanderpump Rules canceled at the top on here. And all this stuff for my drama video that I was doing that I was looking up. Okay. So at the top, there's 3 more buttons. That took me a good 10 minutes just to find out where them 3 buttons were. Then you hit clear, and then down here, you can pick, I always do all history, because all my history is always clear. I don't know why you would want to go back to see something that you searched on June 22nd. I don't know why you would. But I'm constantly clearing out that stuff. You know, it's like my Instagram. I have to go through all my Instagram. I try to keep up with all my messages. Oh, here, look. Mare just sent me a message. Oh, she's sent me pictures. Hey, Mare, how are you? She sent me pictures of the deer. Oh, my Lord, look, there's a deer. Look at that. Oh, my Lord, she got 3 deer out there. Look at how pretty of a picture that is. This is the kind of DMs that I get. Mare, I love that. Oh, she got such pretty pictures. She sent pictures of her house, so I'm not going to show you all those. But anyway, she said, oh, she got so much snow. She's talking about, oh, she said she's mailing her Christmas. You don't have to mail me anything, Mare. That's so sweet. She said, we're in a crazy snowstorm all day. Anyway, okay. So then I try to go through all these every day. Oh my God, this is so funny. So Carissa sent me this thing about Amy Slayton doing this meet and greet. And she's doing a meet and greet at the Fazoli's. I actually have that. Look, I want to show you this right now, okay? On my videos this week, I have on here number 3, Amy Slayton Tour Gone Wild. Have you guys seen where Amy Slayton does tours at? Fazoli's. Is there going to be extra breadsticks with that? I hope so. I was going to do a whole video about that. I was going to do a whole video about Miss Amy Slayton. Anyway, so I go through all my Instagram. I try to go through, keep up with them. Now I feel bad because I didn't respond to her. Hold on. I know. I was gonna make a video. Oh, my hands are getting so cold about that. She's gonna be at the Fazoli's. I wish she'd come to Indiana. Oh my Lord, look, Kayla. Now I know Kayla's watching this right now. You know why? Because she sent me this, her top channels. My drama channels are #1. My vlog channel is our #2. I don't know who that third person is. Vanilla something. Oh, look, Nick from The Viewer's Voice is #4. The Sesh is #5. You girl, you like the drama, honey. But you really like Peter Vlogs, because I'm your #2. Let me respond to her too. Okay, and then one more. Who's this from? Something about a drama story. Somebody sent me a drama story about Jaclyn Hill. But I like to keep up with all this stuff. I like to have it clean, you know what I mean? So anyway, my husband laughs at me. But I said to him, I go, why do we need these metallic things when they can't fix... Like, now it's confusing. And he just looks at me like I'm the world's biggest idiot. He's like, it takes 2 seconds to learn. I go, no, it took me a half an hour to even figure out that Google. My email is all messed up, too. I can't figure out my email. Oh my God, it's just a mess. Why do we need these updates? Let me show you the things I have in my pocket, first of all. Okay, I brought my hat out with me in case it gets real cold. It's already cold. I might have to put that on in a second. I brought my gloves. You know what? People told me that those were fingerless gloves. And then I have to tell you, so I'm reading this book. It's called 25 Days Till Christmas by Poppy Alexander. It's one of the Advent calendar books, but it doesn't really read like an Advent calendar book. Oh, I can tell you the book I bought Nikki, too. Well, I said gift, but it was a book. Because I already told her what it was. I told her last night. She's so excited about it. But anyway, that Poppy Alexander book, oh my God, I love it so much. It reads like a rom-com, but not cheesy. It's so good. But she sells Christmas trees outside all day long, and she gets real cold, and her boss is real mean. So he doesn't know how to, like, flirt with her. Not her boss, the guy that likes her. And so he goes inside, and he buys her. And it says in the book, fingerless gloves that turn into mittens. And I was, not these, the ones I had on the other day. Oh, you know what? I can't put those on yet. You know why? Because I got to light the candle. But why light that old candle when you can just, out of your pocket, pull a new candle? I tried to find the right candle to light out here. Look, this is from Trader Joe's. It came in those 3 packs. I love these. I've already had one of these that I burnt already, okay? Now, these don't last forever. The bigger metal ones, they last for about 2 weeks. This one is cinnamon pine cone. Oh, she smells so Christmassy. Don't you think that's just fantastic? Okay, so look, I trimmed the wick and everything for you guys. I came all prepared. Oh, come on now. Don't ruin the magic. Stupid Trader Joe's candle. Okay, we're going to light this other candle. This one's almost gone. She's almost dead. It won't even light. Oh, I think this went out the other day because it was so low, didn't it? Now, this other candle, it's getting... I don't know if you guys can tell that it's windy, but it's getting kind of windy up here. Please stay lit. I want to smell cinnamon pumpkin or pine cone. Okay. These, I will tell you what, right now, these lighters, I get them from the gas station specifically for lighting candles. They don't last very long. They might last 2 weeks themselves. I got a blue one and a green one. I'm real weird about throwing out lighters. Is anybody, that's a little thing I don't think I've ever shared on here before. Is anybody else weird about that? I don't know why I'm weird about it. Like, I won't throw a lighter away, like a candle lighter and stuff. We've got a whole drawer of them in there. Half of them don't work. You know why? Because I don't want to throw them away in the trash of the house. I'm afraid that they'll catch on fire. I know that's so stupid. Little unknown... Oh, somebody's coming down the street and see lights. Little unknown fact. Like, I won't throw this lighter away in the house. Like, I'll take 2 or 3 of them out and put them in my bag. And then when I go with Caroline for Cousin Fun Day or with Alex or something like that, like if there's a trash can on the way to Costco, I'll just throw them in the trash can. I know you guys are like, so you don't care if the trash can at Costco catches on fire? I don't want my house to catch on fire. I don't know about I know, because like in my mind, I already know that this lighter, when it's dead and it doesn't even work anymore, ain't gonna work to set up. It's not gonna just magically in the middle of the night light a fire, okay? I get that. But I ain't gonna risk it. I'm kind of weird about, my mom was real weird about fire. I think that's why I'm weird about fire. I gotta take this hat off because it's cold. Anyway. But that looks kind of nice on the side like that, don't it? I just don't look good in these hats. You guys are so sweet. You're like, Peter, you look cute in the hat. No, I don't. Let's just be for real. I don't. You know when you look good and you don't look good. I don't look good in this hat. Last night, I wore this real cute sweater. This is so weird about this sweater, okay? The brand is Barbour. B-A-R-B-O-U-R. It's like a ski brand, I think, or something. I got the sweater at Macy's years ago, and it was on sale. So I pulled it out of my closet. It's blue and white. It's real cute. It's kind of like an old school like ski sweater. I've never worn it before because it's never fit. So I pull it out of my closet and I'm like going to wear it with a black t-shirt. And I was like trying to look cute for Alex for couples therapy. I was like, I'm going to look cute for my... The camera stopped. We're at 30 minutes already. So I was like, I'm going to look cute for my husband for couples counseling and stuff like that. So anyway, I wear this cute sweater, took a shower and everything like that. You know, like I just wore a hat last night. But anyway, so I look at this sweater and I'm like, what size is it? Because it still looked kind of small last night when I like I had it on the bed. And I was like, it still looks kind of small. This is where you got people, like I've had weight issues my entire life, okay? This is where companies got you messed up, okay? This is why I didn't want to buy clothes for years. Unless you find like a brand. If you've ever struggled with your weight, you'll know what I'm talking about. It's companies like this that mess with our sense of confidence. Okay, so I'm like, I don't know that this sweater is going to fit. Like I had it laying down on the bed and I was like, I don't know that this sweater is going to fit. And I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, I remember buying it. I can remember being in the Macy's. It was in the clearance section and stuff like that. And I bought it. I thought, oh, because I have a red plaid shirt like this. It's the same brand. I bought it the same day. And that shirt's still in the closet. Looks like I tried it on and it still is a little tight on me. And last night, I didn't even look. I was like, I think it's the same size. Do you know what this sweater was? An XXL. And it's tight on me. I'm like, are you kidding me? Like now I am a good large. Like extra large is a little baggy on me. Large fits like okay, it kind of depends. I can't really go much lower than that right now. For like long underwear and stuff like that, I buy mediums. But I'm in a large right now, like large to extra large, depending on how I want the fit to be. I am not in an XXL anymore. I'm just not. This sweater, I was like, I mean, it took me down. I was like, oh my God. Like, anyway, thank God for the walks and all that kind of stuff. But, so what was I saying? Let me have some more of this coffee. I haven't even had this coffee. Oh, so couples therapy. We got a couples therapy. It's a fine session, a good conversation. Talked about communication last night. Bettering communication, things like that. So I sit down. Well, Alex goes in the room first. So we sit on a couch, right? So he goes in, he sits down. He's talking to our therapist. So it's like we have this couch and the therapist sits in the corner, right? So I take my coat off. I put it to the side of the couch, all that kind of stuff. I'm sitting there. So Alex and I are side by side. So we kind of like trying to look at each other like that. So when we get up at the end, you know, schedule the next appointment, get up at the end, I put my coat on. So we get home and I said to Alex, I said, you didn't even say anything about my sweater. He goes, you have a sweater on? I still have my coat on, right? He goes, you have a sweater on? I go, I wore it for you. He goes, you were sitting side by side. You took your coat off after you came in. He goes, you put your coat on before the session was even over. I go, I wore the sweater just for you. I thought it was so cute because he likes sweaters and stuff. He goes, well, let me see the sweater. And then I was like, no. He's like, you're being so stupid. Just let me see that sweater. So I took it off. He goes, yeah, it's a cute sweater. He was not impressed by the sweater at all. I mean, I really wasn't either. Once I got it on, I was just kind of like, why was I... Like, for years, I've been like, if I could just wear that sweater. And then I put it on. Oh, that candle smells so good. Is there, like, for real a bonfire? Nobody's doing a bonfire. It's got to be this. Oh, this might have to be an inside candle. That candle smells delicious. I thought I had burnt one before, but that smells a little bit more bonfire-ish. Pine cone and cinnamon. Who knew? That smells so good. But anyway, so yeah, now I can't even remember what I was talking about because I had to put this hat on and that made all my thoughts go away. The iPhone update. Stupid. I'm over it. I know I talked about it the other day, but every day I wake up, you know, I do my prayers and meditations. I think the question should be, I usually ask myself in the morning, like, you know, after I do my prayers and meditations, are you ready to start your day? I should ask myself, are you ready to start your day even if there's been another iPhone update? Because I'm telling you right now, like, you don't think about that stuff. I know that these are not real world issues. I get that, right? But, like, it completely sets me off. Like, I'm confused. Like, I don't get it. And then I'm like, oh my God, this is just... Anyway. So, let me tell you about my night last night. Well, we had the couples counseling. And then... So here's the plans for the next couple nights. Tomorrow night, Alex has, like, he works at, like, several different offices. So he has, like, they don't do, like, a big Christmas party with, like, the spouses and all that kind of stuff. A couple of his friends do. Like, we'll get together with a couple of his friends that he works with and their spouses and stuff like that. But, like, they don't do, like, a big spouse party. So, because there's so many employees. So anyway... So each party is different. So he has like 4 or 5 parties throughout the Christmas season. So tomorrow night after work, it's that office, and they're going shopping somewhere. I think this is actually pretty nice, honestly. They're going shopping somewhere, and they get to like pick out what they want, and then they're going to dinner. I love that. I think that's so nice. But it's like, you know, not a big group because it's just that office. So he's real excited about that. I'm excited about it because then I can get all my stuff done before he gets home. So anyway, and then Saturday, he has 2 Christmas parties to go to. And his friend's birthday party, he told me. No. His friend's birthday is tomorrow night, because he said it's at the same time as his work party, so he can't go to his friend's birthday dinner, but he might stop by there if they're still there afterwards. He's like, do you care? I said, no. I'll be reading my advent calendar books until I take a nap, and then I'll be taking my walk. Do what you need to do. I don't care. So Saturday, he has 2 Christmas parties. He asked me if I wanted to go to them. I would maybe go to the second one. The problem is, I don't want to go to the first one. The first one is like a lot of work people, and it won't be spouses. And it will be, like this woman hasn't worked there for a long time, so I don't really know the people that'll be going to that one. The second one is his girlfriend. She has like one every year. I would go to that one. The problem is she lives about 40 minutes from here, so to take an Uber there and back is just like a lot. I don't know that I care. Plus, Tony and I are going to maybe do something this weekend, so we might do something Saturday. Saturday, I will probably be filming videos as well, because he'll be getting ready for the party and stuff. Friday, I think we are going to either go out to dinner and do like a date night, or we're going to like order in dinner and like watch a movie or something like that, because he has nothing he's doing on Friday, and I have nothing that I'm doing on Friday as of yet, but that could change. So anyway, or we might do something, I don't know, if one of his like friends wants to go and do like, you know, a couple of years ago we did we went to Capri with Melissa and Jason, and then we went and saw the lights at the art museum. Oh, well, we're gonna wait and do that when Fufu and Jesse are in town, so we're gonna do that. Oh, I know. Well, Caroline's one stepson, he's coming into town. He lives in Philadelphia. He's coming into town, but he's coming in. I got to check with her, because he might be coming in town this weekend. If that's the case, then we might do dinner with them on Friday. Anyway, we'll do something. It'll be fun. It'll either be real laid back, or we'll go out to dinner, you know. Maybe I'll tell him tonight, be like, call somebody. Call one of our couple friends and ask them what they want to do. Anyway, to be honest with you, I don't really love leaving the house when it's this cold. even for a cousin fun day, or even just for dinner. I don't really love leaving the house. It's cold, and I'd rather just stay home. I will say this. I am so loving these advent calendar books. Like, I am having so much fun reading them. My other books that I was reading are kind of on hold right now, because I'm also reading 3 other Christmas books on top of it. I'm hardly even getting to the James Patterson Alex Cross book to listen to it at night, like I did the other night, but it takes so long to read that. I mean, I'm enjoying it. Like, when I'm in it, I really enjoy it. But like, I try to like the other night I was up till like 4 o'clock reading, because I didn't get them done before my nap. I like to get them done before my nap, or at least most of them done, so when I wake up I'm only reading for like an hour. Or I spend the whole night reading, which I don't mind that, but I like to watch my shows too, you know? Like last night, I was watching The Leftovers, so I didn't watch a movie. And I really wanted to watch a movie to do a reaction to today. So tonight I'm going to watch a movie. I've got a bunch of movies on my list that I've been wanting to watch. Not like silly Lifetime movies, but I want to watch Sinners really, really bad. That's been on my list forever. The Golden Globe nominations came out, so I was kind of... The one with Leonardo DiCaprio... Caroline's stepson, who goes and... the one that lives here, goes and sees, like... They have the movie pass. They go see so many movies a week. I asked him, and he said the movie sucked, the Leonardo DiCaprio one, but apparently it got nominated for like a bunch of awards and stuff. I am going to watch all the Oscar movies this year and cover them, react to all of them before the Oscars, because I did that a couple years ago, and that was so much fun. I watched like all the movies for the Oscars. I think it was like 2 years, I shared this story so many times, it was like 2 or 3 years after my mom passed away, because my mom loved the Oscars, and so I would always come over here and watch them with her. She always wear like this gold, or I think it was silver sweater set, and she'd have a name tag on. You're supposed to dress up like your favorite. She'd say Sharon Stone. She'd say, do I look like Sharon Stone? She didn't look a bit like Sharon Stone, but I'd be like, yeah, Mom, you look like Sharon Stone. She'd cut up cheese and make coffee and have like a little charcuterie board and all that kind of stuff, and we'd watch the Academy Award. Nobody could talk except for her, and the in memoriam part was always really sad. Oh, it's going to be so sad this year because of Diane Keaton, and I mean, other people have passed away too, but oh God, I love Diane Keaton so much. But anyway, a couple years after my mom passed away, I think like the year after it, I just didn't watch the Oscars at all. I think I just was really sad about it. And then the year after that, I remember Alex doesn't really love award shows. So he had really no interest. And I can remember saying something to Tanya, and Tanya was like, well, why don't you come over here and we'll watch them together, and I'll do like a cheese board like your mom did. And so she's trying to make it real nice for me, like my mom. And I was like, okay. So I think that might have been the year that I went and saw all the movies. Because Tanya and I started watching it, and she was recording it at the same time. So, you know, the Academy Awards go real long, right? And so, like, at some point, well, Tanya was recording it. I can't remember how this all went down. But we left to go get a fountain pop, and we were coming back. Well, we ended up driving around for about 40 minutes. We came back thinking we were going to start watching it right where we stopped it, right? Well, Eric had started watching something. He thought we were done with it. He thought we were watching something, that we were done, and so he started watching something else and stopped it. We didn't even get to see the last 2 hours of the Academy Awards. We were laughing so hard. I was like, Tanya Jean, I am never watching the Academy Awards at your house again. We still talk about that to this day. It was so funny. We gave Eric such a hard time. He was just sitting there laughing in his recliner. He thought it was so funny. Anyway, that might have been the year. I don't remember. It was the year The Impossible was out, because I loved that movie about the tsunami in Sri Lanka. Oh my God, that movie was devastating. Alex and I went and saw Argo together and Lincoln. I watched all the movies that were up for Academy Award that year. And I remember I went one day, and that whole day I was like, I'm just dedicating to movies. And I started when the first movie started at 10 a.m. And Tanya and I ended up, that was the year that Django Unchained was out too, or Django, whatever it's called. The Quentin Tarantino movie. Tanya and I went, and that was the last movie that I saw that night. And I saw it with Tanya. But that whole day, and I can remember I was so excited about it. And I'm trying to think of what other movies I saw. I feel like Les Miserables might have been out that year. Anyway, by the end of that, I was so excited to eat treats. I mean, just think about this. All day, you're going to see 6 or 7 movies. I was so excited about it. I mean, it was such a fun day. I think I maybe did it over 2 days. It was I did it a Friday and a Saturday. It was so fun, or maybe a Thursday and a Friday, because the Academy Awards were that Sunday. But by the second movie, I was done with popcorn and soda. I had had enough. It was okay, the battery just went to the halfway mark. I have another battery in my pocket though. But I was okay, enough already. You've had enough. And I think at the first place I went, because Castleton Arts, no, it's not called that. Keystone Arts Theater up there, up the street, they had they used to have fancy candy and stuff, and they were the ones that had the Popcornopulus that Melissa and I love so much. Oh my God, I have to text her about the Popcornopulus. Popcornopulus, a long time ago, sent me a bunch of stuff, because I talked about him in a video. It was so nice. Melissa was so jealous. We love the Popcornopulus. So have you ever had it? Well, now they sell it at Costco and stuff. Caroline loves it too. Have you ever had it? Oh my God, they have the best caramel corn. I call it caramel corn. Anyway, but I think I had a bag of caramel corn. I think I must have seen The Impossible there. I kind of remember going to I can kind of see myself at different movie theaters. But anyway, I had a bag of caramel corn and all kinds of different peanut M&Ms, popcorn. No, I wouldn't have had. I think I ate lunch in between one of the movies. But I'm telling you, by the second or third movie, I was I'm treated out. I cannot do any. I couldn't even drink water at that point. I was and honey, Papa can eat, okay? I can eat. So, and I love movie candy. Oh my God. So, do you remember a couple weeks ago when I bought popcorn, and then I got the light popcorn movie? Well, I also bought a box for Alex, but also kind of for me to try it. There were only 4 bags in the box, and Alex has had 2 of them, and I want to have one before it's but late at night, here's another thing about me. After I eat and stuff like that, I like to brush my teeth. So somebody asked me this not too long ago, with walking and me trying to be healthier and stuff. They said, what time do you like to be done eating by? Well, with my walks, because I'm getting back a little bit later, it really, I eat when I get back from my walk, so it really depends. So I'd say now, I'm probably eating between 9 and 9:30. And then I don't eat anything else the rest of the night. Sometimes I'll go into the other night with the fudge. Oh, it was bad. I was stopping at the fudge counter. I was just one more piece of fudge. But usually I don't do that. Usually, and this is what I do. So usually when I'm done eating, I'll brush my teeth. I'm real weird about brushing my teeth. After I eat everything, I always have to brush my teeth. And so then I'll like lay down. I actually was like, I need to get some breath spray online. I'm like real weird about like gum and breath spray. It's so weird. People are always like, your breath always smells so good. I'm real weird about cologne in my breath. Like I always have cologne in my bag. And I always have like gum or mints or something like that. I want to get some of those. Do you remember those Bianca breath sprays? Do they still make those? I think I need some of those. Anyway, but so I always brush my teeth like after every meal. I'm real weird about it. So, and mouthwash and the whole 9 yards. So then I'll lay down and take a nap after I eat. And then when I get up, I brush my teeth again. If I brush my teeth, I'm less than likely to eat something. But that has really helped me a lot. I will tell you that I used to like, well, I would eat like dinner with Alex, but then at like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, I would bring out like another like smorgasbord of like food, like dips and chips and cheese and crackers and cookies. And I would lay it all out there and I would eat it at like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. And then by the time I went to bed, I was just like, oh, I was so full. And to be honest with you, I loved that feeling of being so full and then just falling asleep. I loved it. It's kind of sick to say that. And I mean, it's not kind of, it really is sick. And that was part of me, like, eating to the point of being, well, this is where I started talking about, with my therapist, I think I talked about it on here too, binge eating disorder. I was like, do I have binge eating disorder? Because, like, people would say to me, like, I would eat until I was uncomfortably full. And I did it, like, almost every time. I didn't really, to be honest with you, realize that it was that abnormal until people, like, I would say, oh my God, I ate too much, my stomach feels sick. Tanya would actually say something to me about it. She'd say, I noticed that you do that quite a bit. She's like, sweetie, that kind of concerns me a little bit. And she never said it, you know, like, people always say things to me in really sweet ways, but, like, that's where I say, like, a friend will tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. Well, then I was watching that guy on Instagram. Like, I unfollowed all these people I used to follow back in the day. Mr. Williams, he's like a teacher or something. He does like all these like Instagram, TikTok things about teachers. Anyway, he did one about talking about binge eating disorder. And like how he changed his eating habits and all kind of stuff. It so spoke to me. I don't know if I had it or not. I don't know. All I know is that my eating habits were not healthy. And if I had something, I would eat everything until I couldn't eat anymore. And so, it's why I have to be very careful about bringing like leftovers home and stuff like that. Sometimes I just don't. Because I'm like, I don't want it in the house. Because if it's in the house, I want to warm it up in an hour. But before, I was stopping eating at about 8 o'clock. That was when I was walking earlier. If I walk, well, so I eat as soon as I get back from my walk. So when I'm done with my walk, then I eat. So it kind of depends on when my walk is. Unless I walk like real late at night, I don't typically eat after that. Because I've usually eaten already. Like if I don't get out to walk until like 9. I can't think of the last time that I left here to walk at 9. It's been a long time since I've done that. But usually I'll eat something before that or have like protein shakes and stuff like that. I don't like to like, I don't ever eat past like 10 o'clock at night. Ever anymore. And I used to. And I would graze, and I would stand in front of the pantry, and I would just, like, look at all kinds of stuff, and, like, what can I have? I would put together the weirdest concoctions. Like, I wouldn't have anything to eat, and I'd be like, oh, let's dip, these tortilla chips are 2 months old, let's dip them, I'm trying to think I'm standing, looking in the pantry, trying, like, you know, let's dip them in tomato soup or something, you know, or I can, like, 2 o'clock in the morning, I'd be hungry, and all we'd have in there was, like, garlic Texas toast. And I make I had no desire to have garlic Texas toast, and I make garlic Texas toast at like 2 o'clock in the morning. I can't have stuff like that in the house. If it's here, I will eat it. That's the problem, you know? I actually looked in the refrigerator yesterday. Other than my meals, like from Trader Joe's and stuff, I don't really, I mean, I have like candy in there that I bought from Trader Joe's, which that's even hard for me. The thing about candy is, like, I've been on this like sugar thing lately where I don't know what it is, but I am like all about the sugar eating lately. But even with that, I have this thought that goes through my head, how are you going to feel later? And it directly goes back to, like, because I'm somebody that, like, you put a box of chocolates in front of me, I can eat an entire box of chocolates. Like, bag of chips, anything, cookies, like, I can eat the entire thing. I don't feel good afterwards. And there's, to me, a food shame associated with it. Like, I feel ashamed of myself afterwards. It's almost very similar, and it's a lot of what I've talked about with my food addiction, with my sponsor, my therapist. It reminds me a lot of, like, using back in the day. And so I asked myself, like, how are you going to feel later? And so I don't do that anymore. You know, like, I might have, like, well, the other night with the fudge, that's the closest I've come to it, you know? But, like I got to be careful of that. You know, like, that, the next day I was like, I'm not going to have, like, 3 boxes of fudge in this house. I'm just not going to do it anymore. I will say this, that because I walk so much anymore, and my walks, like, when it's colder outside, I really need to get the basement set up. I know I've said that. It's going to happen. It's not going to be like this table, which is still in the garage. That'll be a summer table project. But, no, I am going to do the basement thing. I think this winter is going to be cold and wet. So, I'm not going to be able... And when I get out here walking, especially on a night like tonight, because I'm going to go walk when I get done here. It's windy outside. By about a half an hour, I'm pretty ready to come back. So by the time I come back, that's about 45 minutes to an hour. I try to make it about an hour every night, but the last couple walks have been kind of short. But because I walk so much, and you know, when I first started walking, I was walking 3 to 4 days a week. Now I'm walking almost every day. So I don't feel really that bad if I want to, like, have something, like if I want to eat something bad. It's hard though. Like Alex today had like an all-day meeting. And so they like ordered stuff for lunch, and he brought in this pizza box. He comes in carrying this pizza box, and I was like, "What's that?" He was like, "Oh, I had pizza for lunch today. This is my leftover." I was like, I did get a Totino's pizza at the grocery store though. I might have this Totino's pizza, but see, this is where I'm at with it. Like the Totino's pizza is like, they're not big. First of all, they're really like 4 slices of regular sliced pizza, so I'll eat it. I don't anymore. Like, this is another thing. Like, I would say to myself, I'm gonna eat this and just not, and before I would eat it, I would like try to tell it's very much like how I drank. Like, it's interesting how much the food addiction was very similar to the drinking and the drugging. That I would think to myself, I'm gonna do this, but then one is too many and 1,000 is never enough. Once I started, I was just off to the races. I'll just do this tomorrow kind of thing, right? Now, when I'm full, I stop eating. Like, if I'm full, this has been a trick. I learned this from this gal that I worked at. She lost all this weight. I said, this was years ago, 25 years ago. And I said, how did you do it? And she goes, I just had to train myself mentally, because she and her husband would go out to eat a lot. She said, I just had to train myself mentally that when I was full, I had to stop eating, and I would take the rest home for like my meal tomorrow or my lunch tomorrow. I don't take a lot of stuff home. Like, and sometimes I try to order stuff that, like, I got a waffle on Sunday. Was it this Sunday I got a waffle? Yeah, I got the gluten-free waffle this Sunday at Patashu. Like, I'm not going to take a waffle home and reheat it. I'm just not going to do that, you know? So I try to order stuff sometimes that I can't take home. And I know it's probably wasteful, and to me, to be honest with you, like, my health is more concerning to me than it being wasteful, so I don't need to bring a bunch of stuff home that's always going to send out. Noodles and Company, like if I order something DoorDash, it's usually Noodles and Company because I can't make that last a couple days. But I also don't go crazy on it, you know? But here's the thing, like with the Totino's pizza, like first of all, I don't feel bad because I'll be walking. Second of all, when I'm full, I'll stop eating. I probably, like with pizza's hard for me because if this is why I wanted pizza for a while, but I haven't had it in the house, because if I have it, like if I order pizza from like Hot Box or something, Alex and I do, like I know that I like cold pizza. I like cold pizza better than I like hot pizza. So if that box is in the refrigerator, at 2 o'clock in the morning, that pizza's gonna be calling my name. Like, I have worked so hard on my food addiction and making, you know, changing and being healthier and stuff like that. But it's still really, really hard for me. You know, it really, really is. Oh, this is what I was going to say earlier. You know, back in the day, I think to myself, like when I was really trying to like curb my drinking, before I got sober, there were many times I tried to like slow down my drinking, you know, and I'd be like, okay, tonight I'm just going to just drink beer, or I'm just going to have like 3 drinks tonight or whatever. Well, back in the day with the eating before now, I would do that too. So like if I was going to make a Totino's pizza, I would say to myself, okay, well, what I would truly say is, because a good meal for me would have been a Totino's pizza, chips with dip, I don't know, a pie. I mean, I'm being honest. Like a piece of pie, ice cream. I mean, I had it all out there. Cubes of cheese with crackers. I mean, I would eat until I couldn't even move. And so like, and I'd just be like, I'm just going to eat this Totino's pizza, but then I'd bring everything else out. I don't think that way anymore. Now I think, what do you want? And then when I get full, and sometimes I have to stop myself, especially if the food is really, really good. What was I eating the other day? And I was like full, and I was like, but it was Noodles and Company. The other day I can't remember which day it was, but I got Noodles and Company, and it was something new that they had there that I got, and I was like, this is so good. And I was full. It must have been last week. I don't remember what, because I was thinking about what I was watching on TV while I was watching it. And I was like, you gotta stop. And I just kept on eating. And it was like the first time in a long time that I Like, I didn't stop, because usually now I'm just so trained to do it, and I ask myself, like, my go-to response, I was taught this by my therapist, was, how are you going to feel later? And so, like, I think it through. It's very similar to what I had to do with drugs and alcohol. I had to think it through. Like, if you use, what's going to happen? What are the consequences going to be? And so with food, I have to think the same way. I will say this, like, I'm trying to, now that I pretty much lost the weight that I want to lose, and I'm walking. Like, my goal was December 1st to start lifting weights regularly. That has not happened. So I've got to, like, that's my, I really want to, now I'm kind of like aiming at, like, not January to start, but January to be, like, doing it regularly. So this month is, like, getting into the wave of, like, what do you call it? Of lifting weights regularly. I do think, I don't want to stop walking. Well, I'm going to always continue to walk because I love listening to my audiobooks and music and stuff like that. It's meditative for me. But I really think that in the next month or two, I would like to start running too. Like, I think having dinner with our friends the other night, and they do these runs. I don't know that I'll ever be the person that's doing a marathon run. Maybe I will. I don't know. Don't rule out anything, right? But I don't think so. That's not my goal. But I think to maybe, like, I like to save my walks for the end of the day. So many of you have, like, suggested that I get up and start my walk at the beginning of the day. I like to save my walks for the end of the day. It's kind of, like, nice for me at the end of the day when everything else is done to, like, go on my walk, and it's just like, whew, I can just, like, exhale. But I think if I got up and I ran, and I'm not talking about, like, an hour. I'm talking, like, 20, 30 minutes. If I could get to that point where, like, 3 days a week I ran, I think it would really, like, the walking really helps with my sleeping. It really helps with just, like, emotionally and mentally with me. That if I could, I think I would feel so much better with, like, running 3 days a week. I would really like to get to that too. But this is the other thing I was going to say. You know, I'm at a weight now. I think my doctors would probably like me to lose a little bit more. I'm at a weight now where I'm comfortable with it. Like, if I gained a little bit of weight, I'd be okay. If I'm good with where I'm at weight-wise. I met their goals. You know, I'm not trying to do anything else. I feel healthy. When I walk every day, I also don't then feel bad. Like, going out to dinner before, it's still hard for me certain places to eat. But I would, like, be in my head, like, I'm trying to lose weight. But I wasn't doing anything to lose weight. I wasn't talking about it to anybody, which I think is a huge thing. I think the talking about it, the therapy, the talking about the food addiction was, you know, we talk about, like, what's more important, like the activity or the food that you're eating. And for years, people have said it's the food that you're eating that's important, which I'm sure is true. For me, I think there's a third aspect to it. And it was really educating myself about food addiction, talking to people about these issues, having support people in place that I would call. My husband has been fantastic in helping me. Talking to other people that had done it before me, you know, like, and talking to them about, like, the need for protein, drinking protein shakes. I think making it a regular conversation for me instead of this daunting thing that I had to do, but actually, like, anything else in my life, like working through it and talking through it has really, really helped me a lot. Like, I really had to understand what I was doing and why I was doing it for any change to occur. But now I'm at a point where I'm happy, like, with my walking. And so I don't beat myself up about, if I want to eat something I want to eat, I'm going to eat it. I'm not going to beat myself up about that. You know what I mean? It's more to me today, and it's really not about any kind of look thing, because to be honest with you, I feel like I look older since I've lost weight. I mean, like, Tanya and I used to talk about that forever. Like, you know, like, I don't know, when I had more weight on me, I feel like I looked younger. I know I look older. I'm fine with that. It's like, I don't care. I'm not that vain anyway. But I think I look older, but I feel healthier. Like, I'm not huffing and puffing walking upstairs. I enjoy taking my walks. I love getting out there and walking, and whether it's listening to music or audiobooks, and I just feel good in the moment when I'm walking, you know? I think that's why I'm kind of, like, wanting to get into running. And I don't, like I said, I don't know where that'll go. I mean, maybe a year from now I'll be sitting here talking about I'm going to run my first mini marathon or something, you know? Who knows? I feel good. I feel physically a lot better. And I think the physical improvement has really affected my mental health as well. And I remember years ago, I don't know why I'm thinking of this right now, I read this book. Do you remember that female? This is the way I'm going to explain it to you. I don't know what his name is. Liam, maybe, or something. But she was like a U.S. gold-winning, Gabby something, volleyball player. And she's married to this guy that's a surfer. and they have kids together and stuff like that. He wrote this book, and it was called like surfing something. I can't remember, but it was about mind, like connecting your mind, body, and spirit all together, and like how they're all connected. I remember reading that book and loving it, but not really understanding it in a way that, I don't know that I fully understand it today, but I definitely get it a little bit more. My body was really weighing me down in a way that I didn't really understand. Like emotionally, it was really weighing me down. I think so many things I refused to do. I was so embarrassed. I felt just out of breath, out of shape all the time. The camera stopped. I feel older today. I still, have my knees creak and my back hurts sometimes and stuff. But I feel better. I do, And so like, and I think what I realized today that's so crazy is, and I don't really know how to explain this unless you've gone through it. I'm sure some people understand this, but for so long I thought it was about the weight, and it's really not about the weight. Like, I really thought it was about the weight. Like, it's about feeling good in my own body. Oh, the battery's flashing. I'm gonna, this is so weird at 30 seconds. I've got to finish this thought. So I'm gonna put a new battery in, and I will be back in 2 and 2. Okay, I'm back. Battery changed. Oh, you know what? If I put it in there, it'll be in the pocket all night long. I was talking about it not being about the weight. I mean, it definitely was about the weight, obviously. I mean, I was packing on the pounds and stuff like that, and I wasn't eating healthy. My weight was weighing me down. But what I'm saying is that having done so much therapeutic work and stuff, what I realized is the weight was a result of my eating habits, my lack of activity, taking care of myself. And I think all of that, to some degree, was a distraction from me working on the issues at hand that I needed to work on, whether that was grieving or trauma or anger or fear or whatever that was. And I would eat to celebrate. I would eat to grieve. I was an emotional eater a lot. And so, and I still am to some degree. I still love to like eat, and celebrate food and stuff like that. And I'm not going to stop being that, you know what I mean? But like, I don't have to do it the way that I did it before. But in starting to look at the connection between all that, which I really, to be honest with you, understood for years and years and years, just never really did anything about it. Now that I really, truly, fully understand it, I was forced to like work on some of those things. Like doing the trauma narrative, working on the combined grief. I think like to me, the timing of like when it all kind of clicked for me, at first it didn't really make sense. My therapist was like, we were talking about this the other day, and he was like, where do you think like the change occurred in you? Not just with like the getting healthy, but like all of it. And it's like, there just was a day where I was like, I am really, and to be honest with you, like this happened to me when I was in treatment. Not before I got into treatment, but when I was in treatment. Talking about being sick and tired. I just remember there was a day, and I just was tired of it. I just was tired of being overweight. I was tired of feeling ashamed of my weight, embarrassed of my weight. And my go-to for that was eating. But then I would eat, and I would feel ashamed for eating. And I wasn't being active. And I would say in like videos when I was doing my weight loss journey or whatever, I know all the things to do. I knew all the things to do. I still know all the things to do. I wasn't doing them. The difference is today I am. And, but I had to work through, I think like, it's not a surprise to me in retrospect that the timing of it, of when it all clicked for me, was like, I had worked through the OCD. I was ready to start really working on the anxiety. I was really accepting the combined grief. I had done the trauma narrative. I was at almost at the end of it. And then I was like, it was like I worked through all that stuff. It was almost kind of like mentally I was prepared to do the next thing because I'd worked through all the issues. And so then there was no excuse to continue to be unhealthy. And I think that's really what changed for me. I also know this today that, because like sometimes I'll say I don't want to walk and Alex will be like, well, just take the night off from walking. But even if I just walk 20 or 30 minutes, I feel better about it. And I also know that it's easy for me, like if I take one night off, it's going to be easy to take 2 and 3 nights off. And I'm not talking because we do something with our family or whatever. I'm talking about like, I just don't want to walk tonight because I want to watch TV. It's much easier for me if I take a night off than to not walk the next 2 or 3 nights. And so I try to like, keep pushing it. But incidentally, interestingly enough, he'll also be like, oh, did what time you taking your walk and whatever. And like, Alex has been so supportive of all of it. I'm really appreciative of it. I know today, like once I get about halfway through my walk, I just feel so good. I can't even really explain it. I feel very clear-headed. Like in that moment, if you while I'm halfway on my walk, whether I'm listening to music or audiobook, if you said to me, this just happened, and like something that would just piss me off or make me angry, it's just literally in that moment, I just feel full of grace and very calm and peaceful. I'm just like, And I feel like that after I get back from my walk for a while. And so that's not a physical thing. That's a mental emotional thing. That's a result of a physical thing. For me to continue to hold on to that, and that was long before I started taking the Lexapro. For me to hold on to that, I got to continue the walking. That's not just about a weight issue thing. That's about whatever's up in my head. So, I don't even know how I got talking about all this. Pizza? I don't know. All I know is I feel better today. And I think this too, the similarities between food addiction and getting healthy and addiction and recovery are so similar. I can remember, and I don't know if this will make sense, but I'm sure it probably will to a lot of you. When I say if it makes sense, what I mean by that, I don't mean that in a condescending manner. What I mean is, am I saying it clear enough, or am I being confusing about how I'm talking about it? I just remembered I have to catch up on Elsbeth and Matlock and Ghosts. I'm getting behind on my shows, all because of, well, I think tonight I'll probably finish. I've got three episodes left, 2.5 episodes, I think, left of The Leftovers. Somebody left a comment and they said they really are confused and they want to know what I think about the last 2 episodes. The show gets real weird, I will say that, but I love it. I think it's so good. But anyway, so I'll let you know what I think about those last 2 episodes once I'm there. But, when I was in early sobriety, my first 6 months, I've shared on here a lot about, once I got my 6-month token, I walked out in the parking lot and I held up that token and I was like, this is the first thing you've done consistently your entire life, let alone stay sober. And it was this life-changing moment for me. But there were a lot of moments through that. I can remember my dad calling me and saying things to me like, we're really proud of you, Pete, in a way that I hadn't really ever heard that before. That kept me going. People not calling me, telling me what ridiculous shit I had done the night before, kept me going. Me coming home and feeling peaceful and serene and making a pot of coffee after going to meetings and being out with people and feeling full of hope and changing into pajamas and my apartment being clean. Me waking up and the first thing I did in the morning was make my bed and make a pot of coffee and my new coffee maker that my dad had got me, and feeling like I don't have to worry about what I did last night because I know where I was and what time I went to sleep. I didn't have a lot of chaos. I wasn't surrounding myself in the same situations or with people that I had been before. So there was each of those things. It wasn't just on my 6-month birthday I woke up and was like, damn. It was an adding up of all of those things. It was an adding up of, well, this feels good and that feels good, and you don't have anybody telling you how stupid you were last night, and you've got money and well, I didn't really have a lot of money when I first got sober in my pocket, but you're not spending all this money, and you're safe, and it was little by little, and I could add all that stuff up together and go, oh wow, this is worth it. This is small, moment by moment, this is a better life than you had before. Well, that's kind of what this has been like for me in the last 8-9 months. It's been at first it was hard for me to walk, and then I started really enjoying it. And then I was like, okay, push yourself to walk every day. Well, you don't need to walk every day. Well, see how you feel, and talk about this issue that's hard. And it's then I talked about an issue that was hard and I felt better. And then I could see the connectiveness to it. I can remember going out to restaurants and be like, oh my God, I cannot wait to go out tonight because I can eat whatever I want. I'm going to a restaurant. We haven't been to a restaurant for a while. And then thinking to myself, well, just eat until you're full. No, I'm not. And here's the voice in my head. No, you never go to a restaurant, eat exactly what you want to eat tonight. And then I'd be like, well, let's just see. And then I'd get full. And that didn't happen the first time or the second time. Maybe the third or fourth time I was like, let's just see what happens if you stop eating when you're full tonight. And so I did. And then that was a learning lesson. And I realized that stopping when I was full was better. And, and living out loud about it and talking about the struggles of it and stuff like that. I think it was also a decision. It was like, when Alex and I made the decision to go into marriage counseling, and we made the decision that we were going to work on our marriage and give it a year, I think was very similar to when I got sober, and I was like at the 6-month point where I was like, I'm done. Like, I'm going to do what I need to do. Like, whatever people tell me to do to stay sober. I had that moment, and I was like, I'm done. I don't want to talk about, I'm going to do this tomorrow, or I'm going to be heavy the rest of my life, or this issue, and make excuses, and it's emotional eating, and I know everything I need to know to do, but you're not doing. I was so tired of saying it. People have asked me why I stopped my weight loss journey. They were like, you're doing great now, why don't you start those videos up? I was tired of saying the same thing. I needed to, there was a point where I felt like I was doing it for me, but then I would make the videos, and I was like, you're just saying the same thing. And it did help me. It did help me. I stayed, kept my maintenance until the very end for a very long time. I think I would have probably gained back 30 pounds had I not done that. I really do, had I not done that year of it. So I'm grateful for that. But then I was like, I don't know, like, I would get done with those videos, and there was like the same shame that I felt, where I was like, I felt like I was letting people down, or I don't know. And I just made a decision one day. I was like, I'm not doing this anymore. And if you're going to do it, and I didn't do it right away. I mean, I came back and said another video that I gained weight. I didn't do it. I didn't stop making videos and all of a sudden, like, get healthy. It was a while after that, I think it's interesting, like, in early sobriety, one of my biggest fears was that I was going to go back out and I was going to start using again. I can't lie to you and tell you that one of my fears, right, and in marriage counseling, I had that fear as well. Like, what if we work through everything and then something, happens, and, like, we put in all this work and effort. I think one of the reasons why I keep on walking, and I keep talking about it, and I kind of want to up the ante, like, okay, let's run, let's lift weights. Not just because I feel like I need to on a health level, but I think there's also a fear in me. I have slid back and forth my entire life. My entire life. The happiest I ever was, I've talked about this for years on here, was when I was working out like 5 to 7 days a week, running, and lifting weights and eating healthy. It was the best I ever felt in my life. Well, doing the raw foods diet, I felt really good, but that's not sustainable for somebody like me. But, and I'm not just saying that, like, it's just not sustainable for me and our lifestyle and traveling and stuff like that. But anyway, probably more so now than it was when I did that, but I have no desire to do this. But that period of my life, I was happy. It wasn't about my weight. It wasn't about how I looked. I was happy. And the structure was good for me. I'm somebody that needs structure. I'm somebody that needs a certain amount of rigidity. Like, you take your walk, you eat your meal when you come back. I'm good with that. Like, that works for me. Maybe that'll change down the road. I don't know. But right now, like, it's really working for me. And so when I looked back on that, I was like, I want that feeling again. I think there was a fear in me that I'm going to go back to what I did before. I don't want to sit in a doctor's office again and have a doctor say to me, like, we're looking at, talking to me about insulin and heart issues and a history of heart problems in my family. I mean, to be honest with you, that scared the shit out of me. And it wasn't just one office appointment, and I was like, I don't know. And, like, that scares me. Like, Like, if tomorrow I stopped walking and whatever, am I going to slide back the other way? I don't know. So I got to keep this stuff up. Man, I did not expect to talk about this tonight. I don't know why. I was like, we're going to have a holly jolly vlog tonight. But I don't know. It's good. It's good for me to talk about it. And whenever I do, people always share their personal stories with me, either in the comments or in DMs. It's always helpful. I think it's always helpful to hear other people's stories. I will tell you this. It's interesting. Since I started talking about what I'm doing now, like eating healthier, walking, all this kind of stuff, drinking so much water, especially throughout the day. I would, like, drink so much at night, and then I just have to go to the bathroom all night long. But, like, that's getting older, too, so I'm going to go to the bathroom at night. But drinking water throughout the day has really helped me, too. I mean, I've always been kind of Alex drinks a lot of water. So I've always been a big water drinker, but, like, I'm very conscious of it now. That's really helped me a lot, too. I also think me making one of my goals, like where am I giving my energy? When I'm not giving my energy away to negative things, I'm not wanting to emotionally eat as much as I used to. So that it's all about keeping it in check for me. But one thing I will tell you, and I don't disregard any of these ways I'm just using examples, whether it's keto or my sponsor's done keto forever, or Atkins, or just healthy living, or whatever, Weight Watchers like Caroline, whatever somebody does. A year or two ago, 5 years ago, when I would talk about like wanting to lose weight or whatever, it would just, my comment sections would just be flooded with, you should do this, you should do that, you should this, and it would feel so overwhelming to me. I don't get as many of those comments anymore when I talk about it. I get more comments of people being like, I do the same thing as you do, and like, I believe in activity, or food is really important. I am such a believer that what you eat is like 80%. I had a friend of mine in recovery, he's probably late 30s, early 40s, but like we were both like the same weight. And I remember he at the time probably had 2 or 3 years sober when I met him. And like if I showed you a picture of him today versus yesterday, you wouldn't think it was the same person. I mean, he is so muscular and stuff. He and his girlfriend, they do like all these, not marathons, but they do all these different kind of like stuff. And I remember him, like, we would joke and talk about being, like, the heaviest ones in the room and stuff like that. And one day he just started working out and whatever. And I remember it was about 6 or 8 months in, I was like, said something about, because he had a trainer and whatever. And I said something to him about, because he would always, like, post pictures of what food he was eating. It was, like, chicken breasts and stuff like that. And he was like, I said, how much do you think that what you eat, because I before this, I always really truly kind of believed that it was like working out and whatever. Like when people would say this, I'm like, I don't buy that. And I said to him, how much do you really think that what you eat contributes to like your body change? He said 80 to 90%. I said, do you really? He goes, 100%. He goes, it's what you put into your body. He was like, you really have to be aware of what you're putting into your body. And I still do reviews of junk food, and I allow myself to eat a Totino's pizza once in a while and stuff. But ever since I've really started being conscious, like, I mean, I've always said this, I was never a healthy vegetarian. I ate a lot. I mean, Alex would call me a carbitarian jokingly, you know. But now that I'm eating more vegetables, more fruits, drinking a lot of water, you know, I eat the hummus wrap sandwich and the salad every night. There's some other salads I've tried from Trader Joe's recently that are more leafy. There's like 6 cars coming down all in a row. Like, they're like, what is going on? They're all like black SUVs. Are they going the other way? There's more coming down. Oh, here's another one. They're all like literally 2 more. They're literally the exact same car. This is so weird. Oh no, they're one turned in. Oh, her brother and sister-in-law live down there. I bet they all went out to dinner somewhere together or something like that, or a holiday party. Anyway, a boring conversation, don't you think? It's why I don't talk a lot about it over here. I mean, I talk about my walks and like what I ate and stuff like that, but I don't talk a lot about it because I think it's kind of boring. But anyway, okay, speaking of my walk, I'm going to get off here now because, what time is it? My phone's not coming on because I have my gloves on. Oh my God, it's 6:59. Okay, so I'm going to get off here now, and I am going to go inside and render this so I can get for my vlog, or start getting my vlog uploaded so that I can go for my walk. And then I'm going to come back. I'm going to read my advent calendar books. Alex and I have started Traders UK, the celebrity version that is on Peacock. I think every episode is out. It is so good, you guys. I think part of it is, I think I know like half the cast. Somebody told me that the guy from Shetland is on it. It's Mark Bonner. So I think I know like half the cast. But even knowing the cast, it doesn't feel like, I don't know, like the U.S. Traders celebrities just feels very like, oh, like very elitist. Like, you don't know who I am? I'm in Summer House kind of thing, right? Like, who cares that you're in Summer House? These are like phenomenal actors and stuff on there. Like Tom Daley, the Olympics swimmer is on, or diver is on there. There's like, I mean, amazing actor. Stephen Fry is on there. I mean, but it doesn't feel like that. It feels like a regular Traders. Plus, I love the UK Traders over the US Traders any day. So we started watching that. So we might watch an episode of that tonight when I get back from my walk. But then I'm going to read my advent calendar books, take a nap, and then tonight I want to finish The Leftovers. I've got to finish it. And I also want to watch a movie to review for tomorrow. But we'll see if I get all that stuff done. So anyway, well, thank you all for listening to me. I don't know, it's good for me to talk about the health stuff sometimes because it's kind of a reminder of, for me, of like how far I've come and what I need to continue to do. I don't want to live fear-based. You know, like, when I walk, it's not, like, even conscious, like, if I want something bad to eat anymore. It was at first. Like, I'd think, oh, well, you walk, so you can maybe like have this, you know? I don't really think about it that way anymore, but I want to get to a point where I don't think really about it at all. Like, and that's one of the goals I've talked to my therapist about, my sponsor, is that I'd like to get to the point where I don't really think about like, well, you ran 2 miles today, therefore you can like have a cheat day. I don't want to live that way. I just want to live healthy. If I want to eat something, I want to eat it. That fear of, if I want to eat something, I'll eat it, my fear of, I did that for so long and it led to being 270 pounds, scares the hell out of me. So, no, they're having a good time down there. Anyway, I hope y'all are having a good time wherever you are. I hope you guys are having a magically amazing Wednesday. Tomorrow, fingers crossed, I'm going to try to film on all my channels. But today I got 5 videos up, so go check them out. I'm going to go get them up right now. I forgot I had to do that before I go on my walk. Anyway, I hope you guys are having a I can take these off to turn off the camera. I hope you guys are having a magically amazing Wednesday. If nobody else has told you this today, I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye. Love ya!